folks, welcome back to the channel. I'm so excited to get into this video and talk about it, as I always am. But first, I wanted to talk to you guys about something that is really important to me, and that is my Twitch channel. The reason that I picked up YouTube again is because I'm streaming on Twitch, and you know, you want to network and make sure you have content outside of just one social media platform. So I'm really excited to announce that I am so close to affiliate on Twitch. So what is affiliate status on Twitch? When you first start streaming on Twitch, you stream for free, and that's just a hobby. But once you reach affiliate, you know, you get a certain amount of followers, a certain amount of, average views, you reach affiliate status, and you're able to unlock a lot of extra content for yourself and for your viewers. That means like subscribers, I get to create emotes, I get all different kinds of revenue possibilities through Twitch, and it's really exciting because this is something I really do enjoy doing, and now I'm at that next step where it could be something that, you know, it becomes more than just a hobby, and I really love it. It makes me really happy. So this is my shameless plug to say, hey, go check me out on Twitch. I'm there. I stream often, and I love doing it. So if you guys pop by, I'd love to see you. So without further ado, now that I've done that shameless plug, I'm going to get into the content of this video. This is not a video about hilariously juicy Reddit posts where people ask if they're the asshole. But if you do want a video about that, check out my last video. Thank you for tuning in to whatever the hell this is. You know, I'll figure out my shtick eventually. I'm just kind of doing this until I find it. But here we are. Let's get into the video. Today I wanted to talk about my college experience. And not just, what I did for the last 4 years, but I wanted to impart some wisdom now that I have been granted alumni status. I wanted to give whatever advice I could to juniors, seniors in high school, incoming freshmen, and I know that this is a really unpredictable time that we're in, and I think this is a good time, now that we're sort of paused, to give some advice in case anyone's wondering, what the hell do I do in college? And these pieces of advice, they're not just for me. I took to Facebook mainly because I don't have a big enough following on Twitter yet to ask my friends, my family, people I went to college with, their experience and their advice that they want to give, and there were so many good responses. So along with my own opinions, my own advice, and some stuff from people I do care about, people who really do have some good things that they want to say, here's some advice for you guys on what to do, what to expect, and different things that you can look forward to in college. I would like to call this segment Advice from Scorned College Students, mainly because we learn from our own mistakes. And if we can help you guys have a better college experience from our own scorned college experiences, we're gonna do that for you. So here we go. Advice from scorned college students, let's get into it. Never, ever buy textbooks until after the syllabus week. And syllabus week is really just your first week of classes where you kind of go over the syllabus, you play really dumb repetitive games that you have played every year in high school when you're getting to know each other on the first day of class, and you're just kind of getting into the feel of that first week of the semester. But you can borrow textbooks from friends, from previous students who have taken the class, you can get those textbooks online. There's a lot of ways that you can save money without having to buy that textbook the first week of class. And I assure you, professors, they say that they have the textbook, and a lot of the time, you really don't need it. But wait until after your first week. And with that, ask your professor if you can buy the previous edition, because a lot of the times publishers will just create a new edition because they want to make more money. A lot of the time, the textbook isn't even that different from the previous edition, and sometimes professors will be okay with it, not always, but that's just a little piece of advice for you. Take your time and don't stress out. This is a really short time in your life, but it's a really great time in your life as well. Enjoy it. Don't overload yourself. Take time to really, be responsible and become an independent adult, but also just relax, breathe, smell the freaking roses. It's a really crazy and an amazing time in your life, and you really don't want to overload yourself and stress out and worry too much during it. The world is not going to end if you just miss one class period or if you have a late turn in on an assignment. You need to be able to take care of yourself and don't make a habit of it. Learn how to time manage. I really wish I did myself. Get a planner, you know, go on Google Calendar, like organize your schedule, but also don't freak out if you do end up having a late assignment. It's okay. You always want to communicate with your professors. I'm serious, you guys, the amount of times, especially as an education major, where people have failed to communicate with the professor and just on simple assignments, simple questions, it could have all just been resolved. It could have been so easy if you just sent them an email, if you're not going to be in class, if something happened, if you're on a group project and people aren't pulling their weight because they still won't, even in college. Communicate with your professor. Stop by their office during office hours. If you have a question, ask them. That's what they're here for. One really big thing that I wish I knew, especially as a freshman going in, is that you should be the one to take control of your schedule and, you know, your course schedules throughout all your years in college. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, don't let the registrar's office or any academic advising kind of take more control over and hold your hand through the process. It is so much more beneficial to you, and you will save so many headaches if you just are on top of it and you do it yourself. I'm serious. A lot of the time, the registrar's office or academic advising are busy, and there's a lot of stuff on their back end that's going on that you don't know about. It just makes so much more sense for you to be in control, and if you need help with that, ask them and they'll help you. If they can get one more student to be more hands-on, I'm sure they'll be more than happy to help. And, you know, with the school of whatever major you go into, school of psychology, school of education, you want to know what their requirements are. You want to stay on top of your GPA and really make sure that you're hitting all those points, because no one is going to tell you and hold your hand through the process and tell you, you know, your GPA is crap, you need to fix it. You need to be on top of that yourself. Another big thing that I really wish I had done too, talk to upperclassmen or seniors in the major that you want to go into. I know a lot of the time as a freshman, you come into this world and there's a million different majors that you can have, and it's really intimidating. I mean, I switched majors probably 4 times my freshman year. I really wish, though, that when I did pick education, I had talked to a lot of the ed majors who were either graduating that year or doing their student teaching already. There's a lot that they can teach you, especially about, you know, what professors to take, what classes to take at what time. There's so much that they can tell you and advice that they can give you, especially with your specific school, because not every school is the same, and you want the best advice available. Another big one. I mean, they're all big ones. I know I've said this a bunch, but guys, college is not a race, and it is not a competition. Everyone has their own path and their own timeline that they're on. Some people come back to school. Some people are entering school at the typical age. College is expensive and extensive, and not everybody has the wherewithal, the ability to go through that. Guys, you gotta give yourself some grace, and you gotta be able to not judge yourself so harshly and not judge others so harshly, because college is so crazy. It's a lot to take in, so just be careful and be kind to yourself. Join clubs, audition for shows, go to basketball games, do all the fun freshman things you can, because I promise you, after freshman year, you're gonna hit the ground running, and it's gonna be hard, especially when you've declared a major. There is so much stuff that I wish I had done, but I valued my work over school a lot more, and I wish I had balanced it more. I commuted my last 3 years, so, you know, I'm trying to work, I'm trying to commute and stay at home and all that, but there is so much that I did miss out on in those 3 years when I wasn't on campus that I really wish I participated in. Counselors are there for you. Counselors are oftentimes free at your university, and you should really take advantage of them. There's a lot that's going on in your life, there's a lot of changes, and it's good to just talk to someone about it, especially because they've been there for a few years, they know how the university works, and they can help, they're useful. Please do not take any early morning classes unless You have to, unless there's no other available section and you have to take an 8 a.m. class. I'm telling you, you are not gonna wanna go. You're gonna be fine the first week and then you're gonna hit it and it's gonna suck. So please, just as much like in your power as you can, you know, like if you can, avoid taking the early morning classes. This one doesn't necessarily apply to college, and you could be familiar with this through high school as well, but not everyone is gonna be your friend, and that's okay. And you know, you'll make friends your freshman year and they won't be your best friend like they were by the end of your experience, and that's fine. People grow, people change, especially now that you're kind of coming into your adulthood. You change, and that's totally fine. You don't have to hold on to that relationship because you'll make more. One piece of advice that someone else had given was make friends with commuters and locals. I commuted the last 3 years. I, you know, grew up where my university was, so I was really familiar with the area, and I cannot tell you how much fun it was showing my friends all the places that I really liked to hang out and go to and shop at, and just showing them the places that I really love and connecting with them on that level. Online classes are so hard. No matter how comfortable you are taking an online class, it is difficult. Block out time in your week specifically for your online class. Treat it like it's an on-campus class and you have to be there at that time. Go to the library, do something. Just focus time specifically for your online class. You want to figure out your assignments at the very beginning of the week before, you know, you even do anything else. What I used to do is right when I submitted my assignments for that online class for that week, I would immediately check what next week was, so I didn't even have to worry about it. And you also want to know when your due dates are and put them in a calendar or something, because they're not really gonna remind you like an in-class, like on-campus professor would. Another big thing that I did with my online classes is I found people who were also taking the same online class as me. I would get their number or email them or whatever, and I would try and, you know, look at assignments, ask them questions, try and get some kind of conversation going, so it's not just, you know, me alone in my online class. I have like a study group or something. Like I said before, communicate with your professors. Oh my gosh, communicate with your professors, especially online professors. They don't know what you look like. They don't know who you are. If you can, stop by their office. Really try and make a connection with your online professors, because it's hard to get through an online class when you're not physically seeing that person. And this one is my last piece of advice. It is my biggest piece of advice that I could really ever give someone. Please consider going to a community college for the first 2 years and then transferring to a university. Credits, oftentimes, it depends on the class, but credits will transfer, and there's, you know, specific classes that allow transfers of the credits and there's classes that don't, so be careful with that and pay attention to that. But seriously, if you're in high school, try and take units and credits to apply to your general education in college, or just go to a community college. You are not going to miss out on the college experience, I promise you. My biggest regret is not doing that, because now I'm in debt and I really wish I did that. It's so worth it. You save time, you save money. It's just consider a community college and then transfer. So that's it on the advice that I could give, that my friends could give on college. I really do cherish my university college years. They're so special to me. I mean, I learned so much about myself. I met some of my closest, best friends. I'm getting a little emotional talking about this because, you know, graduating year 2020, you don't really get a commencement ceremony. You don't really get to say goodbye to your friends. So it is sad. It is sad that, you know, looking back on it, but I wanted to take whatever advice or experience I had and, you know, ask my friends and whatever advice or experience they had and try and apply it to whatever you need, whatever questions you have. I hope that kind of helped answer some of them. And if you guys have more questions, if you really want to know more about like those websites where you can get textbooks or whatever, just comment below, DM me on Twitter, whatever, just hit me up. I'll try and help as best as I can. College is a really important time in your life. You learn so much. If you go in, you know, at your young, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed 18-year-old time, yeah, you learn a lot. And if you're going back to school, still, it's a beautiful experience, and I really just want people to have the best experience they can. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any more pieces of advice that you want to give, comment below. Don't forget to follow on the Tuz, the TikTok, the Twitter, and the Twitch. And just so you guys know, I am now updating my YouTube bi-weekly. I think it's a little bit easier for me to come up with more in-depth, kind of better content if I give myself a little bit more time. But I do stream weekly on Twitch. I stream 4 days a week, so if you guys want to see more of this beautiful face, you know where to go. Help me get to affiliate, we're so close. But seriously guys, all the fun affiliate Twitch, you know, social media stuff aside, thank you so much for watching this video. It feels like there's a small community out there supporting me, and this is something I wanted to do for so long, so thank you so much. You are so valuable. I love you. Goodbye.